What's up guys, my name is Saget and today we're playing our Week 5 match for Season 8 of the Springfield Battle League. Looking at the standings, we're now back down to 15th after a tough loss last week. Fortunately, we still have a fairly good differential, so if I can pick up some wins and end the season around 500, I should still be able to make the playoffs. Praspian was dethroned in a thrilling match last week against Pixixie, leaving only 2 undefeated teams left. Over on the leaderboards, Tyranitar now has a dominating hold on both leaderboards, staying on top of the KO rankings for a third week in a row with 14, and overtaking the top of the KD leaderboard as well. Despite all of the losing we've been doing, Dragapult remains towards the top of the KO leaderboard, sitting at 4th this week with 12 KOs. Just like last week, it's not pictured, but Dragapult is tied for 10th on the KD leaderboard with a KD of 5. In my Week 4 video, I forgot to mention that Primeape had won Pokemon of the Week for Week 3, and it's also looking like Salamence will take the crown for Pokemon of the Week in Week 4. Our opponent this week is the Melemele Matty Mons, coached by MattyIce. Matty and I have played twice, and both times I lost, with a particularly painful loss coming at the end of Season 6, where I had a chance to clinch a playoff spot. Matty is historically a strong player and, like myself, has a cup victory under his belt. On top of that, he's piloting a rather familiar team as I used the same archetype back in Season 5. Now, I usually just go in order as they were drafted, but this time I'm actually going to go with the last pick first, that being Armarouge. Armarouge is the main offensive piece of this team, and honestly the main piece of this team in general. It's a very threatening Pokemon with that combination of Armor Cannon and Expanding Force, and a plethora of great coverage moves, as well as Flash Fire to take advantage of Terra and maybe get rid of some weaknesses. The actual first pick of this team was Indeedee. Indeedee is one of the best support Pokemon around. It sets up Psychic Surge for those Expanding Forces. It has Follow Me, Heal Pulse, Helping Hand, all kinds of great coverage moves. And it's incredibly bulky, especially if you decide to give it Psychic Seed, although Matty has not been giving it that. Next is Scrafty, which is just a great utility Pokemon in general. It's very bulky, has the Intimidate ability. It can get Fake Out, Foul Play, Knock Off, Drain Punch, a lot of great moves there. I think it also gets Coaching, which is really valuable. It does have a huge weakness to Fairy types, but I don't have very much to take advantage of that. Next we have Corviknight. Corviknight is a huge threat if you let it get set up, and it's just got a great defensive type and very generally good stats. He's been running either Bulk Up or Iron Defense with Body Press, usually Tailwind, and then another offensive move, usually Iron Head, but sometimes it is Brave Bird. Vaporeon is yet another defensive monster on this team, and it can easily shut down my team if I'm not careful. Something I'd like to point out is that this team has a lot of immunity abilities, and just immunities in general. Armarouge has Flash Fire, Corviknight is immune to Poison, Vaporeon has Water Absorb, and of course the next Pokemon, Rhyperior, has Lightning Rod. Rhyperior is the main raw attacker of this group. Armarouge of course outputs a lot of pressure, but Rhyperior is the one I'm more scared of, as if it gets set up in Trick Room, it's going to be very difficult to take care of. I'm assuming he's not going to be running Lightning Rod, and he will actually be running Solid Rock, which combined with Terra can make Rhyperior absolutely unkillable, and of course it's an offensive monster. Next is Virizion. I didn't mention it earlier, but the 2 Pokemon that I've used before in Season 5 were Armarouge and Indeedee. The rest of this team is pretty unfamiliar to me, but Virizion I actually used last season in Season 7. And it's just a very good draft Pokemon. It's a mixed attacker, so you can go special or physical depending on what your needs are. It's very bulky, rather quick, and has a great supportive moveset. Veluza might be the weakest link on this team, but it still has some great utility as a Final Gambit user. Last week, Matty almost was able to shut down Meowstic with that Final Gambit. It can also actually hit pretty hard, especially with that Psychic terrain, so I do need to be wary of a Scarf Veluza if it should come. Next is Rotom. It has not seen too much action this season, but as a Rotom, it is of course a good Pokemon. I think Fan might be the weakest one, however, It's bulky, it's got great support moves, and of course, it's a levitating electric type, so definitely have to be wary of that. And lastly is ALOLAN Persian. Yet another bulky Pokemon. The ability Fur Coat gives it a doubled defense stat. So even though its bulk doesn't look great on paper, it's very physically bulky. I imagine I will be seeing it this week. In addition, it gets Fake Out to stop some of my faster Pokemon, as well as Foul Play, which I definitely have to be careful around, considering Dragapult is weak to it. That's it for Matty's team. Let's go ahead and take a look at my team. We, of course, have chien-pao with the standard set, Focus Sash, Terra Ghost, Ice Spinner, Crunch, Sacred Sword, and Protect. I've invested enough speed to outspeed a Choice Scarfed Veluza, and I've maxed out my attack and put the rest in HP. I think chien-pao does pretty well here. Ice Spinner removes the terrain. Crunch is super effective on both Armarouge and Indeedee, and Ice Spinner will be super effective into Rhyperior, and if he decides to Terra Armarouge to Grass, it will also be super effective into that. Also, Sacred Sword will probably be pretty good here. I'm hoping to not let Corviknight or Rhyperior get set up, but if I'm in a pinch, Sacred Sword will bail me out, maybe. Oh, and I almost forgot. Sacred Sword is going to be great into Persian, which I am pretty threatened by. Next up, we've got Dragapult. I've decided to go with a Choice Band set this week with Terra Ghost, Dragon Darts, Phantom Force, Terra Blast, and U-Turn. I've gone max attack, enough speed to outspeed a Persian with max and either Jolly or Timid, whichever speed boosting nature you want to go with. And I put the rest in HP. I feel like this is going to be really good at forcing Terras, baiting Terras mostly, and I'll be able to pivot out. And actually U-Turn with the Sword of Ruin boost will OHKO Indeedee, probably, unless he's Psychic Seed. I think. I calced that a while ago. We'll see if that ends up happening. But I think almost I'd prefer that he goes for Terra Fairy, and then I can pivot out and hit it with something else. Third up, we have Inteleon with the Scope Lens and Sniper combination. I've given it Terra Dark with the moves Snipe Shot, Dark Pulse, Ice Beam, and Protect. I've gone with enough speed to outspeed a max but non-nature boosted Persian, with the rest in special attack and a little bit in special defense. The combination of Snipe Shot, Dark Pulse, and Ice Beam covers a lot of options. Snipe Shot, of course, can't be redirected by Indeedee, and is super effective on both Rhyperior and Armarouge. So I have a lot of options here. Dark is great into the Psychic types, and Ice is good for if Armarouge decides to Terra. Next, we've got Muk with an Aguav Berry and Gluttony. I've gone with Terra Flying. I don't think I'll end up using my Terra on Muk, but if I'm in an emergency situation against a Rhyperior, then I can use that to avoid dying. For moves, I've gone with Knockoff, Poison Jab, Snarl, and Haze, and the spread is Max Bulk. Snarl is great for limiting Armarouge's usefulness, as well as getting around Follow Me's from Indeedee. Haze is there to stop any setup attempts from Corviknight or Rhyperior, or maybe even Vaporeon can run a Calm Mindset at times. And Knockoff and Poison Jab are just great stabs. They hit Indeedee really well, assuming it's Terra Fairy, as well as Armarouge, assuming it's Terra Grass. So I just realized right now that I haven't mentioned the swaps I made. Both of the new Pokemon that just joined the team are on this roster. I swapped Magmortar and Slowbro for Mesprit and Toedscruel. So next up is Mesprit. It's running Mental Herb and Terra Ghost to avoid the combination of Taunt and Fake Out. For moves, I've gone with Expanding Force, Helping Hand, Imprison, and Trick Room. And I've gone with a max defensive spread. Now I can hear you probably saying, Expanding Force doesn't work for Pokemon that levitate. Well, my intention is actually not to use the attack Expanding Force. I'm hoping to imprison it, and really this moveset shuts down Armarouge from attacking or setting up Trick Room, and it shuts down Indeedee from using Helping Hand or Trick Room. So ideally, I set up my Imprison and then just Helping Hand whatever I am next to. And lastly is Toedscruel with a Citrus Berry and Terra Water. This is really my Vaporeon counter if I need it, and also if I'm struggling with Rhyperior. I've gone with Giga Drain, Taunt, Rage Powder, and Spore with max bulk. So yeah, if I'm in a situation where Vaporeon's really shutting down my chien-pao and Inteleon, and I really need something to counter it, this will be the move. Of course, Rage Powder is useful. Even though Taunt and Spore will pretty much always be going last, they're still nice to have in case of a 1v1, or frankly, even if I don't outspeed, if I'm confident I can live the turn, they may be useful. And Giga Drain just hits Vaporeon and Rhyperior quite well. Alright, we really need a win this week, so let's go ahead and get into it. We're about to get started. Yeah, I'm pretty nervous. We really got to win this one if we want to stay alive, stay in the playoff hunt. And obviously missing playoffs. It's not the end of the world. You know, I've had fun playing in the Cup before. But my goal going into every season is playoffs. And especially coming off of last season, like, I feel like I had a great season. So it would be kind of disappointing to... Let me turn this down. It would be kind of disappointing to not make the playoffs after I had such a strong season last time. Anyway, let's get into this team. So this is about what I expected. Novaluza is cool. Let's see what we got. Citrus, Fur Coat, Ghost, Fake Out, Foul Play, Parting Shot, and Taunt. Okay. Psychic Seed with Terra Fairy, Body Press, Iron Head, Iron Defense, and Protect. Okay. Rhyperior. It is Lightning Rod. That's actually great news. Terra Water. High Horsepower, Rock Slide, Ice Punch, and Protect. So no Sword Stance. Scrafty AV with Fake Out, Foul Play, Drain Punch, and Snarl. And DD is Mental Herb. Okay, Terra Fairy Armarouge. I feel like that actually works out pretty great for us. So I'm tempted between, do I want to go bulky or do I want to go offensive? Because really it's between Mesprit and Inteleon. So I'm going to go with the offensive one because I think that's the best around Fake Out and Taunt. I feel like he's going to, because I have the Mesprit, he's going to go with Persian. So I'm going to go with those two, chien-pao and Muk. What could that struggle against? I think it's good against Armarouge and Indeedee. It's good against Persian and Armarouge. The only thing I don't love this into is Corviknight and either Persian or Indeedee. I think Corviknight and Indeedee is probably somewhat likely. And I think Muk will be really big in that matchup. It's going to be tough. He's just, it's a good team, and he's a good player. So, yeah, if I want to win this one, I'm going to have to clutch. And, okay. All right, here we go. Okay, this is a fine lead. I imagine we're going to see Iron Defense and probably a Fake Out. Let's see, I got to make sure this isn't a weird set. That seems probably about right. So I am going to go ahead and U-turn, because you don't have Protect. I'm going to U-turn, and I'm going to... I think for now I want to Protect. I don't want to get messed up by a Fake Out plus something. Because let me look at this. Yeah, Body Press would sting for sure. Actually, no. I need to have Protect next turn. Because worst case scenario, he does like Fake Out and you know, Body Press. I'll be at above 50. So, and he doesn't really have any switch-ins to Snipe Shot. So I'm going to go ahead and double into Persian there. Because I can kill it if he doesn't fake out Inteleon. And we're going to see what speed his Persian is also if he doesn't go for fake out. Okay, no fake out. Oh, we're not going to kill Persian here, but it is what it is. Oh, yes we are! The crit! That is so huge. Alright, that turn's perfect for us because now we can haze that defense boost away. Very good. There's Psychic Surge. Okay, and you've got Dazzling Gleam. Body Press can't quite kill. Woo! Yeah, Body Press can't quite kill Inteleon. So I'm going to go ahead and go for Haze and Dark Pulse. I thought I was going to need a Protect here. 130. But I think I'm good to just keep on the pressure. And Dark Pulse is going to hit pretty hard into Indeedee. It'll probably be around half. Unless we see a Terra, which I'm okay with seeing a Terra. I wonder what Persian was going for. We do know that Inteleon outspeeds Persian, which is huge. Would that have killed? No, it would not have. That's unfortunate. I mean, I do have... No, that's a 50% crit chance. That's not crazy. That was a coin flip. Huge. Okay, here's the Haze. And Trick Room went up. Okay. Yeah, I really should have doubled there. I guess I just wasn't thinking about the Trick Room. I was more worried about the Haze. But that does mean that Muck is going to be the fastest thing on the field. So I think I can pretty reasonably double into Indeedee here. I'm going to go with Poison Jab and Dark Pulse to cover for a Terra. Doesn't have Protect, right? No, it does not. So yeah, the double's pretty safe here. Actually, no, I should not do that. I should knock off and Snipe Shot. Because Muck is going to move first. If we see a Terra, that sucks, but ultimately Indeedee will be removed from the field. And I feel like he's saving his Terra. I don't know, though. Like, if we can remove both of these, nice. Okay. We are in a great spot right now. And it's you. Okay. Now, is Rock Slide going to kill both? It's definitely not going to kill Muck. It will probably kill Inteleon, though. How do I want to go about this? What's your Terra? Water. I'm assuming he's going to Terra. I'm still going to Snipe Shot. Because even if... Let me make sure this set isn't bonkers. Yeah, that's probably about right. Even if he does Terra, a Snipe Shot crit does over half. So I'm going to go ahead and... do Knockoff and Snipe Shot. Terra Water, Rock Slide. Okay. Ooh! Barely lived that. There's the Knockoff. There's the Iron Defense. Okay. Great turn. Great turn. I think, honestly, I probably will die to a high horsepower here. Do I Terra Flying? Yeah, I think I do. Oh, but if I Terra Flying... Rock Slide won't kill. Okay, I'm a Terrifying Haze, and... I'm just going to keep the pressure on and go for... Dark Pulse. Okay. Nice. All right. So now I'm going to send in chien-pao. And I'm just going to Poison Jab and Protect. Stall out this Trick Room. I do think it is a little scary. He's probably going to set up an Iron Defense here. If I'm him, I go Ice Punch into Muk and Iron Defense. No, that sucks. And he just went for the damage. Wow. Unfortunate. So yeah, I think I just go for Ice Spinner and Knockoff. I don't even go for Knockoff here. Well, yeah, I kind of have to. Honestly, I'm going to make a call and go for Haze. If he Iron Defenses, that would be kind of bad. So I'm kind of forcing him to make a choice there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do Knockoff and Protect. Just because, I mean, if he calls this, yeah, he has no reason to call that. Okay. Pretty good game one. Oh, I didn't want that to close. So he led Persian and Corviknight. And that got punished pretty hard. Okay, so I think the Persian play got punished pretty hard. So I want to say that Mesprit is a good bring here. Inteleon put in so much work, though. I don't feel good about leaving it behind. And I almost feel like he'd call my call. I don't know, though. I definitely... I don't know. I definitely feel like Indeedee coming. Let's do same 4. I think that worked out really well. I am nervous about this, to be honest. I think Mesprit would be really good here. And I just don't know. I don't want him to call that. What's the lead? Okay. Nice. I had a good lead. So he is going to get Trick Room up, which is not good. I'm going to go for it. I don't feel good about this. I am going to go for it, though. Okay, there's the Terra. There's the Fake Out. Nice! Nice. That is a huge play. Whew! That scared me. Okay. Yeah, I really thought with the Terra that was not going to kill, but we made it. So, that was worth it. Armarouge is down. Now we just got to navigate the rest of this. What's Sacred Sword doing? Okay, not quite. If it's defensive. What if it's not? What if it's 4? It's a 2-hit. So I'm curious. I feel like the obvious play here is Indeedee. Maybe he didn't bring Indeedee. That would really be something. Okay, there's Scrafty. Both these Pokemon resist Terra Blast, I fear. Yeah. So let's see. I'm expecting a foul play into Dragapult. Yeah, I kind of am expecting Fake Out from Scrafty into chien-pao and foul play into Dragapult. 6 hits. Oh wow, that does a lot. So I'm gonna double switch. Now, if he has Indeedee, no, if he has Indeedee in the back, we're fine because I can Dragon Darts freely now. So we're gonna do double switch. Because, frankly, I'm afraid. I don't want to lose either of these two right now. I think we can just throw Muk out there and he can do his thing for a while until he dies. And honestly, same thing with Inteleon. Like, it's just going to spread damage around. So I'm curious what this last Pokemon is. Any of the other three are pretty threatening. Yep, there's the foul play. Drain Punch, good call. But I still think we win that turn a lot. Okay, now neither of these Pokemon have Protect, so I can pretty freely just kill. Or at the very least, I can pretty freely double into whoever I need to. So oh yeah, you're AV. So definitely makes more sense to target into this Persian. I'm just going to go for Knockoff and Snipe Shot into the Persian slot. Try to take that thing out. They'll probably double into Inteleon, and I could call that, but I'm just trying to get some damage. Okay. Pretty good. Parting shot. Oh, who's he going to? Indeedee. This could be big. Okay, we live that. Big knockoff. Okay. Oh, he's cycling that that Fake Out. I see. Oh no, he put up. He can't Fake Out. The terrain's up. Cool. Okay, I can pretty freely Dark Pulse into this Indeedee, and I think I'm going to do just that. I'm just going to double into the Indeedee. If he double switches here, that would be a great play. I'm not going to lie. I don't think he'll do that, though. It kind of feels like a good play, though. You know, I'm going to Poison Jab just in case. Yep, there it is. Oh well. Nice. Okay. He can't Fake Out. Foul play. Okay. I definitely go into chien-pao. So he can go for Drain Punch. But truthfully, I think my best play is to Protect and Poison Jab. What's Sacred Sword doing to you? 70. Okay. Yep. Okay. All right. I think now I go... No. I have a very clear path to victory, okay? I go for Sacred Sword and Poison Jab into Scrafty. And then if both my Pokemon... No, I'm going to win. Okay. Okay. Went for the double. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I really forgot about that. Okay. Shit, no, this is bad. Ah, I forgot about the Drain Punch recovery. Okay, so now I have a weird choice. No, I go for Phantom Force. That is what I do here. The unfortunate part of that is I will then have to rely on Muk to get the dub here. But it is what it is. I'm going to go for Knockoff and Phantom Force. Ah. Or do I just go for darts? Like, realistically. Is a dart going to kill Scrafty? Yeah, it's going to be pretty dang close. And is a foul play going to kill me? Yeah, it's going to nuke me. I'm going for it. No. Okay, but that's okay. We're still in a pretty good spot. We are still in a pretty good spot. Whoops. Yep, I pretty definitely just knock off. Okay. Whew. That definitely got scary. That definitely got very scary, but we pulled it out. All right. So good games to Matty. I feel really good about how I played. Yeah, I mean, really, I'm just psyched that I'm not 1-4 right now. You know, Matty's a great player. So, and as I mentioned in the intro to this video, he's blocked me from making. Excuse me. He's blocked me from making playoffs before, and while it's still really early in the season, I wasn't going to go 5-0 to end the season. I'm fairly confident, so this is a big win. And you know, I kind of got my run back on him, so feeling good. Thank you for watching.